In Vox Lux, Willem Dafoe's wry and knowing voiceover leads us into the story of Staten Island girl Celeste, Raffi Cassidy, who was 13 years old in 1999. She survives a school massacre, although with severe spinal injuries, and at a memorial service for the other victims, she sings a song composed by her musically gifted elder sister Ellie, Stacey Martin, which is so affecting it becomes a national hit, a symbol not only for Celeste's loss of innocence, but also the nation's. The song spirals Celeste into the world of pop fame, and with a manager organised by her parents, Jude Law, she and her sister are thrust into a world of celebrity and excess. The film's divided into chapters. The first is the prologue, then Act 1 is Genesis, and then the film moves forward into 2017 and Act 2, Regenesis, where Celeste, now played by Natalie Portman, is preparing for a massive concert surrounded by her manager, her teenage daughter Albertine, played by Raffi Cassidy again. The first half of the film is dynamic, visually and orally audacious. It was exciting, dangerous. But for me in the second half, it tended to fall into pop diva cliche, even though co-writer and director and obviously talented Brady Corbett tries to draw a parallel between being the victim of terrorism and being partly the inspiration for it. I wasn't totally convinced by Natalie Portman's performance, but young Raffi Cassidy has a quality about her that's quite mesmerising. She has a poise, an otherworldliness that doesn't sit right with what the character of Celeste will become. Songs by Sia and the soundtrack by Scott Walker are major pluses in the film.
Well, this is a very perplexing and I thought ultimately extremely confusing film, even though it's been lauded by critics worldwide, which I found also confusing and rather
I
perplexing.
think the first half is absolutely
it's clever.
stunning.
He's a very clever filmmaker, obviously, and there are many ideas, but they all seem to be just out of reach. And the second half is just bizarre, to say the least. The first half covers maybe about 10 years. It's complicated, as you suggest, filmically quite mesmerising. The second half happens almost in real time and is quite bizarre. Natalie Portman suddenly is 15 years older. She has a broad Brooklyn accent, which we've had no sight of in the younger character, and the performance is just so extraordinarily over the top that it makes your the fillings in your teeth ache. It's just bizarre performance. The whole thing, the whole second half is really quite crazed.
I mean, the one good thing about her in the second half is the way she sings those songs, and the film ends with a number of numbers.
Well, it's about 15 minutes of it. It goes on and on, and it just stops.
But I thought she was really amazing. I minded the choreography of the performance at the end.
It was a bit electro-popish. It didn't seem to mean a great deal. But what were the ideas of the film? What did you think about the next day?
Well, I thought he was trying to draw that parallel of loss of innocence, and then the way her music, or one of her songs, is sort of like quoted by a terrorist act in Belgium. I mean, the bows that he's drawing don't quite hit their target.
No, they don't.
I actually think that you go to see this film, if only for the first half, because I think it just shows great talent. I'm giving it 4 stars for that.
I'm giving the first half 4 stars and the second half 2 stars.
Well, that makes an average of 3.
And but also a total of 6, which I'm going to have a rethink.
I'm scared.
Keep it simple.
They wanted a show. I gave them a show.